Message of a new discovery drew us to an unknown planet called Earth.
Snap middle instep gear 79F into inner instep gear 79E and outer instep gear 79D into 79F. Snap the assembly onto the side of the foot. Connect the thick end of the ankle wheel handle 79H on its smooth side with the short portion of the ankle wheel connecting rod 79G and fix the parts together with a DM screw. Then connect the other end of 79H to the post on gear 79C and fix it with an op screw. Attach the opposite face of the gear 79C to the post with a tab, bottom pick arrowed, on the inner wheel 79A. It only fits in one position. Fix the part in place with an IP screw. Temporarily remove the protection plate 75B and fix the assembly from step 2 on the inner side of the left foot as shown with 3 IP screws. The inner ankle wheel 79A fits on 2 posts on the inner ankle, and the connecting rod 79G fits on a post near the center. Move the pieces 79C, 79G, and 79H, as in the detail, to fit the end of 79G on the post. Finally, return 75B to its original position. Snap the rear lever 79I and front lever 79J onto the outer ankle wheel 79B, as shown. Then snap the assembly onto the inner ankle wheel 79A, matching the pins of the outer wheel 79B to the posts of the inner wheel 79A. Place the base joint 80B on the underside of the rear half of the base 80A and secure it with 3 AAP screws. Fit the narrow side of the rear stabilizer joint 81E into the rear inner stabilizer 81C with the number 2 on 81E facing down. Fix the parts together with an HP screw without over-tightening the joint. Place the assembly onto the sole frame 78A from step 3 of issue 78, Mark II, and secure it with a FP screw. Temporarily remove the bridge guard 75B and fix the lever gear 81G in the lever side hole of the foot with an IP screw, as shown. Snap the upper gear, 81H, into the other hole, and return 75B to its original position. Fit the wheel support hinge 81B onto the left foot wheel support 81D and joint the parts with the hinge pin 81I. If necessary, use pliers, but be sure to protect the surfaces of the parts. Place the assembly from the previous step on the outer side of the foot as shown, fitting it onto the side pins. Fix the pieces together with 2 EM screws. Place the ball joint 81F on the wheel support posts 81D and secure it with 2 IP screws. Fit the rear external stabilizer 81A into the stabilizer joint 82C at the narrowest part, as shown, and fix the joint with an HP screw. Do not over-tighten the screw. Fit the other end of the joint 82C into the hole marked 1 in the assembly from step 1 of issue 81 and secure the joint with an FP screw. Place the assembly from step 82-2 onto the pins on the bottom of the foot. It will only fit in one position. Fix in place white 2 IP screws. Snap the upper end of the bridge 82D onto the top of the foot, as shown. Push together the two parts of the rim, 82B from last issue and 83C, and fix them in place with 4 IP screws. Then fit the rim inside the tire 82A. The tire is flexible, and with some pressure, the rim will fit inside easily. Press fit the hubcap A3C onto the side of the rim, shown in the picture, fitting the 4 pins on the back of the hubcap into the holes in the rim. Place the mounted tire inside the fender, 83A. The 2 holes of the fender fit over the 2 pins of the rim. Press until they click into place. Secure the joint with 2 MP screws. Rotate parts 81B and 81A, marked in green, above down slightly, and press fit the tire and fender assembly from the previous step onto the ball joint. You should have some degree of mobility to position the tire assembly. You can now return brackets 81B and 81A to their original position.